Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings. Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading. Sorry, it's coming up a little bit late. Been really busy. So we are doing the reading from the 29th of July through to the 5th of August 2019, which will be next Monday. So we've got a little bit more leverage on the time there. So for your current self for the week, guys, and theme for the week, we're looking at the Anarchy Tarot to tell us that. Then key goal, obstacle to overcome, and major accomplishment, which is Tarot by Ellen Dugan. What you need to avoid, what to embrace, and where to find support. We use the lovely 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. I really love this deck. It's amazing the amount of decks I have, and some of them I just don't use at all, but you use it. It's almost like it's just like using it for the first time. They're incredible. Spiritual advice, the answer is simple. Oracle cards by Sonia Chaquette. And then for your 15 card reading of other general energies, work, love, finance, we use the Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright, and spiritual advice comes through the Angel Answers deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay, let's get on with it. We're going to do the quick shuffle, so bear with me. Okay guys, cards are down. Let's just pick this up just a little bit so that we get to see everything really good on screen. There we go. Okay. Right, cards are out. Let's have a look. Who are you this week, Sagittarius? You are showing as being the King of Cups. Okay. Probably in love, emotionally open. I mean, you know, he's sitting very contentedly in his chair, reading a book. You know, he looks to be very placid. Cups are actually very passive energy anyway. They're not active energy, but you guys show as being the King of Cups, which kind of lets me know that you guys are in a place of, I feel, kind of emotional contentment and emotional satisfaction, which is what he's all about. He's very emotionally intellectual, he's very emotionally bright, so he's very connected to his emotions. And I feel that for some reason, because the card is depicting a guy sitting there reading a book and he just looks contented to be, I get the impression, Sagittarius, that some of you guys are showing as being just emotionally contented and kind of feeling a sense of balance and harmony emotionally. Some of you guys might also be in love and very happy in a relationship here with the King of Cups energy showing up here. What is the theme for the week? Right, so the theme for the week is all about the High Priest. So the High Priest is all about tradition, morals, the church, intuition, union, commitment. High Priest, our moral guide, moral code. Belief systems is the Hierophant energy. Doing the right thing is the Hierophant. It's tricky so far because we don't really know what this reading is trying to tell us as yet. But the theme for the week might be all about what your moral guidance is, where your moral standpoint is, what your belief systems is. With the High Priest. It could be about a Taurian as well this week with the High Priestess energy. It might be about your religion this week. It might be about your belief systems in terms of your religion and doing the right thing. It might be about your tradition and doing things the way that they've always been done. The week might be about family with that High Priestess, sorry, the High Priest energy showing here, the Hierophant energy. It might be about the church. It might be about how you've been brought up with the High Priest. There's so many things with the High Priest, but we'll come back to this one. I'm just reading a whole host of things. It might be about a marriage, might be about a union with that High Priest energy showing up there. It might be about education for the week. It might be about, you know, school for the week. It might be about your job for the week with a High Priest. It's just got so many connotations to it. It is a major arcana. But you guys are very much at ease, I think, here with this King of Cups energy showing up here. This week, because you're showing us being the King of Cups. And also what I'm noticing is that you're reading quite a bit. So some of you guys, it might be that because you're showing us the King of Cups and you're showing an emotional propensity and openness maybe to some form of information or to gaining information, this might be something to do with the theme for the week being learning and getting in touch with your higher self and getting some form of tutelage and guidance this week with the High Priest energy showing here. What is the goal that you have for the week? The 5 of Coins. I think that your goal is to shut someone out with that 5 of Coins energy. Because otherwise the 5 of Coins can be about financial problems or financial destitutions or financial lack. And certainly it's a negative, that is. So nobody has a goal for that. So the goal this week is probably to shut someone out. And I'm getting the impression that looking at these cards here, Sagittarius, that this week, you guys being the King of Cups, emotionally, this is all about your emotional intellectualism this week. You are very emotionally grounded with that King of Cups energy, and you're very open emotionally to learning probably more about yourself, because the theme of the week is the High Priest. And that is gaining knowledge. That is gaining knowledge from a higher source, but also it's all about learning and gaining some form of educational aspect this week. But it's not in terms of, you know, a degree or, you know, learning things in terms of sciences or maths. This is about you this week. This is about learning about yourself. The theme of the week is all about gaining some form of insight and guidance through that High Priest. But the High Priest is probably your higher self more than anything. It's all about your belief systems, and you're learning more about yourself because the theme of the week is the High Priest, so that you can gain the intuition that you need. High Priests also mean intuition, so that you can, with this High Priestess energy, gain a high level of knowledge and a high level of spiritual knowledge more than anything, probably about yourself, because I feel that your goal this week, Saggies, is to kind of cut someone out with that Five of Coins energy showing here. It's to close the door on an individual. It's to freeze them out. Let's have a look at what your obstacle is that you need to overcome. I feel the obstacle that you need to overcome is that you know, with the Eight of Wands, and it's a tricky reading already because we don't really know where it's going, but there might still be messages coming through, especially if you're looking to cut someone out. Maybe there's messages coming through with the Eight of Wands. Maybe your feelings are still up in the air with the Eight of Wands energy, and that's the obstacle that you need to, because the Eight of Wands can mean things are still up in the air. So it might be that even though your goal is to cut someone out here with this Five of Coins, it might be that things are still very much up in the air with that Eight of Wands energies, which kind of means that you're probably still a little bit confused on the situation. What are you accomplishing this week? The King of Wands is what you're accomplishing, and that is a fire sign. But I feel that because it's in your, I mean, this could be a person, yeah, but I feel that mainly, I don't always read kings and queens as people, they're also energies. I feel what you're accomplishing this week is the confidence to do something here, because the King of Wands is all about being confident. He's not backwards in coming forwards, this dude. If he's going to do something, he's going to do it. And I feel that even though your goal for the week is to cut yourself off from an individual with that Five of Coins energy, I feel that the obstacle that needs to come, that you need to overcome, is that things are probably still up in the air with that Eight of Wands, even though you want to cut someone out with that Five of Coins. I feel by the end of the week or going into the next week, you will have the confidence to do that with the King of Wands. You're just going to go ahead with it, and that's what you're accomplishing. What is it that you need to avoid? The Queen of Pentacles. Let's look at this. Interesting. Holding on to this thing, because the Queen of Coins always holds on to things that she values. So you need to avoid holding on to, can you see how she's looking at this thing? Look at that. She's like looking at this thing as a thing of value. She's like, oh man, this is so beautiful. Oh man. And staying committed as well, because she's holding on to the Ace of Coins, and she's got the Ace of Coins in her hand. So you need to avoid a few things really. Number one, you need to avoid holding on to this thing of value. Or this thing that, and holding on to it and looking at it like it is a thing of value, because you've got the pentacle in your hand, okay? You also need to avoid holding on to this thing because you think that you can still have, there is still potential to build some form of foundation, because the Ace of Coins is all about planting a new seed and watching it grow. So maybe you need to avoid also holding on to the pentacle, because you feel that this is still something that is not only of value to you, Sagittarius, but something that you can actually literally still build upon. And you need to avoid doing that because your goal is to cut it out. And I think that the reason why it's saying that you need to avoid doing that is because things are still up in the air, and your feelings are probably still up in the air with that Eight of Wands energy showing up there. But you will have the confidence to cut this thing out and detach yourself from it with the Five of Coins energy. And also the Five of Coins is also about diminishing value as well. So your goal for the week is really to emotionally, I think this is an emotional reading, even though we don't have any cup cards in the reading except for the King of Cups. But that's you there. But this is all about you learning about who you are. You're reading here. And you're emotionally very open to learning more about who you are, because the theme of the week is all about the High Priest. And this is all about gaining more spiritual knowledge. And also doing the right thing with the High Priest. Tapping into our spiritual and also our moral consciousness here. You say to yourself, this is the right thing for me to do, because my goal for the week is to detach myself and to diminish the value that I put on this individual here. But the obstacle I need to overcome as Sagittarius is that my feelings and things are still up in the air, and probably you don't know where this other person stands, but by the end of the week or going into next week, you'll have the confidence to do this, because whilst your goal for the week is to diminish the value that you've probably placed on an individual here, Sagittarius, you need to avoid still holding on to that value, because whilst you're wanting to diminish here the value, you need to avoid literally still holding on to it, as if, because you're kind of like, I want to diminish the value, I don't want to place any value on this, but that's the goal. So the goal being to diminish the value of whoever this individual is to detach yourself from that individual. But you need to avoid kind of still saying, well, maybe I could just keep one of the pentacles back, because it's 5 here, but maybe I could just keep one of them, you know, just in case. So you need to avoid holding on to any part of this individual here, because if you hold on to any part, it will mean that you're still beholden. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a fucking devil in here somewhere. What is it that you need to embrace? Yeah, the 5 of Swords. Is this the 5 of Swords? No, it's not the 5 of Swords. What is it? Sometimes I get confused by what this... It's a 4. 4 of Swords. So, yeah, it's the 4 of Swords, definitely. Here it is. 4 of Swords is what you need to embrace. And that is basically taking time out. You need to embrace that you need to withdraw from the situation. And it's definitely talking about detachment in 2 places in this reading, Sagittarius. Detachment here where you need to diminish the value. Your goal is to diminish the value of this thing. Okay, with the 5 of Coins, i.e. to detach yourself, diminish its value so that you don't feel the way that you felt about it. And it's saying that you need to embrace the withdrawal. The fact that you need to withdraw and take some time out. So 2 cards talking about detachment and withdrawal here. And these are the things, this is your goal, and this is this is what you need to embrace. You definitely need to kind of take time out from whatever this situation is with this individual showing up here, and you need to avoid holding on to this person, or holding on to a piece of them as if they're, you know, a piece of them is still valuable to you, because what you need to, the obstacle you need to avoid or overcome is that things are still very much up in the air. And it's because those things are still very much up in the air, or your feelings are very much in the air, that you're at kind of liberty of kind of getting sucked into the situation again, Sagittarius. Where can you find support if you need it? Oh my God, did I not say that I wouldn't be surprised if there was a devil in the reading? Well, look, that's where you can find your support, apparently. But you know, the devil is not all bad as a card. And if you're looking for support with the devil, then turn to something. It's not this, though. I did say I wouldn't be surprised if there was a devil in the reading. I'm surprised it showed there, though. Could be a Capricorn person, but it could also be things that you're enslaved to. So, but these are the superficial things that you're enslaved to, which is no bad thing. So, for example, the devil could be, well, I'm really kind of attached to going to the gym because I want to get a buff body. I want to get an amazing body. That's superficial, is it not? When we only look at ourselves and our bodies as being beautiful, is that not superficial? Devil energy. But they're very attached to that devil, and the devil is anything that is superficial. Devils aren't always bad. They're not always toxic cards, you know. Sometimes the devil is about being ambitious. So, you know, you could, if you need support, then maybe you need to get support from the work, especially if you're kind of, you know, you've had a really bad time with an individual and you're trying to find a way to diminish its value. And the universe is saying, well, you need to embrace the idea that you need to take a break with the 4 of Swords. Well, if you need support, go to something that you're obsessed about, something else. Are you obsessed about going to the gym? Are you obsessed about getting a great body? Are you obsessed about moving up the career ladder at work with the devil? Devil is Capricorn. It's ruled by Capricorn. Hardworking, ambitious and motivated. Never takes its foot off the wheel. You know, maybe you need to go to the gym. Are you obsessed with the gym? Are you obsessed with getting an amazing body? Are you obsessed with getting amazing skin? Go buy some more skincare then, you know. You're obsessed with getting your nails done? Go and get your nails done. What is your other obsession with the devil energy? What is it that you're also attached to? What is it that gives you joy on a superficial level? Because that's all. You don't want to get too deep about anything because you're already doing the work there. So if you need advice, go to the devil for it. And the devil is not always a bad card. It takes you a long time as a reader to understand that something's not always bad. It really does. It takes you a long time sometimes to understand that something in a, you know, the cards all have their good and their bad sides. We don't always want to, you know, you hear so many readers saying, oh my God, the devil. Well, it's nonsense as far as I'm concerned. Because the devil can be really good if you want to lose weight. Because it means that you are dedicated. And you are persistent. And you persevere. And you're obsessed with it. you know, and you'll keep doing it. The devil is good if you want to save money. So if you get the devil in the Four of Coins or the devil in the Page of Coins, it's really good because it means that you're obsessive about saving money. You're obsessive about being responsible with it, especially if you've got a goal of buying a house. This card's not always bad. So turn to the devil. Turn to something else. What else is it that you are attached to? What else is it that you are, that you are seduced by with that devil energy, you know? You know, is it getting, is it all about having perfect nails or having perfect skin, or is it about having a perfect body, or is it about kind of doing, your work, your career? Are you obsessed with getting to the next stage? Because the devil can be good when you look at it in that way. So turn to something else, but something else that's going to benefit you personally. It's not about anything to do with this person. We're going to quickly do this reading again. What is the spiritual advice for the week, Sagittarius? Yeah, clean up your mess. It's time to clean up your mess. And you're doing it here. Because I feel that this week, Sagittarius, you guys are this King of Cups. This isn't about being in love anymore. This is all about finding that emotional balance, which is what the King of Cups is. This is usually a very emotionally balanced individual. This is somebody who is usually very intellectual. This is somebody who knows who he is. All kings are the epitome of their suit. So the King of Coins will be the successful businessman. Can't get any higher than the King of Coins, except in the majors. You know, the King of Wands will be the PR guru. He'll be at the top of his profession in creativity, entrepreneurship. He's the most confident dude going out there. He's the laugh-a-minute dude. The King of Swords, he's at the top of his game within law. You know, he's at the top of his game when it comes to being objective, to looking at a situation through rationality and logic. He's an amazing communicator, and the same for the King of Cups. He's at the top of his game when it comes to his feelings. He's very much an emotionally controlled vibe. So some of you guys are really controlling those emotions this week, but also you are tapping into your need to gain more insight. You're reading the book, you're getting more knowledge because you're at that emotionally controlled point. You decided this week for some of you guys, I'm going to find out who I am, because the theme of the week is all about the High Priest. And this is all about tapping into your spiritual consciousness, your moral and spiritual consciousness, and saying to yourself, actually, I want to learn more about who I am with the King of Cups. And I'm in that emotional, stable vibe that I want to do that. And what I want to do with the theme for the week with me, with the High Priest, it's all about gaining some form of moral and moral control. It's all about tapping into that spiritual morality and understanding what it is that I need to do, and paying attention to how I've been brought up. And also with the High Priest, because he's all about learning and education, it's a week for learning about yourself, because it's going to put you on a higher plane, because your goal is to lessen the value of an individual here with the Five of Coins by detaching yourself completely and shutting them out. The obstacle that you need to overcome is that you've still got feelings there with the Eight of Wands energy, and things are still up in the air. But the universe is saying that within the next couple of weeks, Sagittarius, that you will have the confidence to do this with the King of Wands energy, because you definitely need to avoid holding on to a piece of that Five of Coins energy. So holding on to a piece of that individual and keeping them as value, because your goal is to lessen their value towards you by cutting them out. Because right now, some of you guys have had somebody on a pedestal, and when you do the Five of Coins, you're lessening the value of that individual. So they're half of that 10. They're no longer as valuable as they were with the 10 of Coins. Now they're half the value. So your goal is to halve the value of who this individual is. But you need to avoid holding on to a piece of them and looking at them as if they are still valuable towards you, because your feelings are still up in the air with the Eight of Wands, and you're actually quite vulnerable with that Eight of Wands sitting in your obstacle position there. What you need to embrace is that you need to take a full-on break with the Four of Swords energy. You just need to detach for a while, withdraw for a while, go on holiday, take a break, whatever it is, but you do need to detach yourself mentally from this individual, because you could be probably overthinking about this individual as well. And if you need support, go to the devil, go to your gym, go to work. What is your obsession? What is your other addiction? Use it, because the devil is good when it comes to wanting to drive yourself forward in terms of work, or wanting to make more money. He's all about the ambition. or wanting to get an amazing body, or wanting to get perfect skin. He's an amazing card to have when you have a drive and you have an ambition and a motivation. So turn to that. Or it could be a Capricorn individual or somebody who can push you or drive you. And finally, just clean up your mess. And you're doing it here. In these cards here, you're cleaning up your mess. If you need to let off a bit of steam, go to your gym, whatever it is. Okay? Okay, let's do your 15 card reading. I'm going to quickly shuffle on those cards. Bear with me. Okay, guys, so we have our spread up. Let's have a look. Other energies coming in. All right, the Magician. Okay, you could be dealing, Saggy, with a Gemini or a Virgo individual in that Magician, but also things could be manifesting and happening out of the blue this week with the Magician energy showing there, which is really rather nice energy. Queen of Swords. I see you guys calling out someone's bullshit, though, unfortunately. There's two things I see with the Queen of Swords and the Magician. Number one, two things. If someone's bullshitting you, because the Magician, he's a communicator. So if this is a person here, it doesn't have to be Gemini, Virgo, but can because he's ruled by those energies. But he's a communicator and he's got the gift of the gab. The Queen of Swords is going to cut that out because she's a communicator too. So whilst this person talks airy-fairy shit, this person talks truth. So some of you guys could be calling out somebody's crap this week, or somebody could be calling out your crap this week, Sagittarius. Alternatively, speak and it shall come to light, because the Queen of Swords is a communicator. She talks. So if you guys are looking to manifest something this week, it's good to talk it out. Queen of Swords energy to the universe, and it shall be with the Magician. You know, speak and you shall find. This is manifestation, but this is speaking the words. So speak the words and it should manifest with the Magician going into this week, next week. So if you have a wish, a dream, that type of thing, talk it, speak it out to the universe, Queen of Swords energy, and you should find that it's going to start manifesting and it's going to start happening in the next few weeks, I should imagine, with those two cards, because she's the communicator and he is the manifester. Okay, some of you guys might be talking to someone who works within PR, or somebody who works within the media as well with that Magician energy, or somebody who has a position of power. Some of you guys might be doing that. Some of you guys might be trying to formulate a few ideas this week on how you're going to start creating something new or bring something into reality with that Magician energy showing there. What else have we got? Ten of Coins energy. Some of you guys not focusing on your families though. Some of you guys more focused with that Queen of Swords energy on creating something new, or on working probably, or yeah, you look like some of you guys got a working project. It looks like to be with a Magician, somebody who's highly skilled and somebody who has the tools to help you create some form of an initiative. I'm getting you guys speaking to someone about a new initiative, and this person will be able to help you because they're showing as a Magician. Possibly not spending a lot of time with the family though. Your back's turned to that Ten of Coins energy showing up here. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. I'm seeing some limitations or frustrations. Eight of Swords, and not speaking as well. This sword energy is all about communication. When you get an Eight of Swords, there's a lack of communication. So I'm seeing some of you guys not communicating enough with your families this week. It looks to me that you are kind of communicating with someone who can make things happen. So some of you guys, you're either kind of thinking objectively about how you're going to bring about a new idea with that Magician energy, or some of you guys speaking to a Magician, somebody who can bring about and has the tools and the resources and the ideas and the skills and the know-how to help you bring about a project. And I think because of those energies there, Sagittarius, it might be that there is very little communication happening within your families this week for some of you guys with that Eight of Swords energy showing up here, and there could be some arguments concerning that. Because the Page of Swords, especially when it shows up with a family card, can show arguments within the family. So I'm seeing some form of arguments with the Page of Swords energy happening within the family, potentially. It's only small bickering, though, because it's the Page of Swords. Probably something to do with lack of communication, because some of you guys are so focused on your work and making things happen, and you might be working closely with someone here as well. What's happening in terms of love? There is a death. Death means a standstill, an ending, things not happening. Queen of Coins shows up here again. Okay, so the Queen of Coins is a commitment within a relationship. Okay, there's a change coming in. I'm likely to more to say that this is a change. There's something of value you could be holding on to here, and we saw it in the other reading as well. But the Queen of Coins can also be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn individual, showing usually a Capricorn actually. That's interesting. Knight of Wands. Okay, so Saggy, that's actually you. And you're racing towards this Queen of Coins. So some of you guys might still desire. So there might be a change coming in. That change could be that you are showing interest in a Capricorn male or female Queen of Coins energy showing here. Or some of you guys might be more interested in settling down perhaps with that Queen of Coins. But you're definitely moving towards a Queen of Coins energy showing here. The Knight of Wands. And that's definitely you, Sagittarius, because that's your card showing there. I feel that you're moving out, and you've got the same cards kind of showing up, because we have Queen of Coins and we have Five of Coins. But you're moving away from the Five of Coins, which is nice. I'm seeing you guys being interested in someone new. I'm seeing a match. That doesn't always mean endings in relationships. It can mean new beginnings as well. So whilst I'm seeing a change, a radical change happening here, I think Sagittarius, some of you guys have your eye on someone else this week. And you're moving out of a time of despair. Five of Coins. Can you see how you move away? There you are crouched. But can you see the progression from being crouched to being upstanding? So it's almost like some of you guys are overcoming a really difficult time that you've been in love. You're overcoming some desperation and sadness that you've been feeling, and now you're moving towards another individual here, a Queen of Coins energy showing up. You're definitely showing as interested in, could be an earth sign or somebody who's quite practical and down to earth here. What's the next card showing up here? Yeah, the Seven of Swords and the Five of Coins energy. Somebody, possibly a cheat, could be with the Seven of Swords. We do have the Five of Coins energy, despair. This is also pushing out a cheat, for example. So you're blocking out, or you're pushing out, or your separation is the Five of Coins. Separation from a cheat. Some of you guys could be overcoming separating from somebody who was less than honest, because Seven of Swords is the cheating card often when it comes to a love reading, and the Five of Coins is separation when it comes to love. Alright, but we see you guys here as Sagittarius in the center of the reading. And I feel that you guys are moving now. You're feeling a lot more kind of energized this week. And you're finally being able to move away from a separation that you've experienced with somebody who probably cheated on you with that Seven of Swords. And you're looking at somebody new now. And this is why we've got the big change coming in. Because I'm seeing you guys looking at someone new this week. Could be a... could be an earth sign individual, doesn't have to be, even though it's a queen, it can still show as, it can still be a male, but just with queen qualities, female qualities. You know, this is a really caring, nurturing individual here. So it might be that you're moving towards, if you're a female and you're heterosexual, you're moving towards far more caring, nurturing individual. This is why there's a change coming in love. Sagittarius now moving towards a really caring, nurturing individual showing up here. And you're overcoming with that Knight in front of the Five of Coins and Seven of Swords, and you're overcoming either separating from a cheat or somebody who cut you off because they were cheating with the Seven of Swords. Money and finance, what's going on here? King of Swords energy. So this is an advisor, perhaps. If it's a financial reading, then probably an advisor showing up here with this King of Swords energy showing here. If it's work, it's probably a boss. The Fool energy. So the Fool is all about new beginnings and new opportunities. Okay, this is all about being able to be free as well. So freedom is the Fool. I think if it's money, then you're getting some advice on how you can probably relinquish with that Fool energy, a few debts, that type of thing. Wouldn't be surprised if Devil was here, but no, Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is all about new beginnings, and we've got two new beginnings here. You might be talking to someone, Sagittarius. It could be something to do with new beginnings in work, because the Ace of Wands is a new beginning, a new job, and the Fool is also a new beginning, new opportunities and new jobs. So you might be talking to a King of Swords, getting some advice. Could be on a new job showing up here. If it's finances, maybe you're having a word, some conversation, some advice being received here, how you can free yourself from, you know, debt, that type of thing. Start again, new beginnings, Ace of Wands energy showing here. There's a Queen of Wands energy as well. I'm seeing you talking probably, and this is can actually be your energy is here as well with the Queen of Wands energy. Oh, you've got 3 cards. So this could be a boss, Queen of Wands and that Empress. This is a woman in charge often here. I see that you're getting advice this week for some of you guys. King of Swords energy. I don't think this is finances. if it is finances, because the Queen of Wands, when it comes to a work reading, this can, and also with the Empress, this can be setting up your own business, and you do have an Ace of Wands here as well. So you might be getting some advice. It could be someone, or talking to someone here, this King of Swords energy. It could be an opportunity. This might be about setting up your own business. It could be a creative business as well, maybe home interiors, or doing something creative in terms of gardening or something like that. Because you've got the Queen of Wands here, and when the Queen of Wands shows up in a work reading, you could be setting up your own business. And with that Empress, you're your own boss. This is all about making your own money, and this is all about kind of abundance and creating abundance and prosperity through your own business here. And it's an idea to do that. So some of you guys could be talking about an opportunity. Ace of Wands, this is the startup card to start your own business. This Queen of Wands energy here, one in which you can, you know, be creative and create abundance and prosperity. So I feel that some of you guys might be talking to someone this week, getting advice about setting up your own business, that type of thing. But you're talking to a King of Swords because he's a professional. So this could be like, you know, talking to the tax office. I want to go self-employed, that type of thing, with this Fool energy showing up here as well. Some of you guys could be talking to someone about a new opportunity in terms of work. This could be an entry-level job with that Fool and the Ace of Wands energy here. Maybe you meet with a Queen of Wands and an Empress, or there could be two people that you meet with, or there could be one person that you meet with, and she's the boss, Queen of Wands and the Empress, or there's two women here. But there's a few people around you, and I think this is work. A few people that you're talking to concerning work this week, that type of thing. Let's have a look at what your spiritual advice is for the week. Sagittarius. I hope I didn't call you Taurus. I keep thinking I called you another name. Okay, Universe Spirit, give me the lowdown, please. What is the spiritual advice you have for Sagittarius this week? Just in a few parts. Give me a sentence. What is the spiritual advice you have for Sagittarius this week? Right. It says there is something better. Okay, but you need to let go. Okay, and yes, within the next few months, you're going to have success. Okay, so the universe is telling you through the angel card, Sagittarius, there's something better, but you need to let go. And yes, within the next few months, you're going to have success. Okay, anything else you want to tell Sagittarius angels, please? Is there anything else you want to tell the Sagittarius on this reading at all? Listen to your intuition, the universe is telling you to do. Okay, you need to listen to your intuition, and you need to take action. Okay, and yes, in perfect timing, there will be compromise. Okay, so the first layer, Sagittarius is saying there is something better, but you need to let go. And yes, within the next few months, you will have success. Also, Sagittarius, you need to listen to your intuition. And that means that you need to take action. And yes, with an exclamation mark, in perfect time, there will be a compromise. Okay, that is your reading, guys. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on the channel. If you'd like your own personal reading, you can just click on the website link. It's in the comment section below, or you can click on it in the video. I think it's hovering somewhere around here. Okay, that's it. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye.